Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sea of Souls. We are back with the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, we've been playing Pathfinder for a little while. We've actually had last stream was Pathfinder. I think the one before that was Pathfinder too, because it's been a while since we've played D&D, just because of life things happening. But thank you for joining us, and we're excited. We are down one, Mr. Mike, this evening. So I am
promise.
both. Go ahead.
I was going to say that I promised that our hiatus from the game was not due to any possible investigation by any sort of detective agency that might have been in the
Right.
news lately.
That might rhyme with Tinkerson. Correct. Yeah.
Allegedly.
We did not allegedly have any thugs allegedly knocking on our alleged doors. But yeah, so Mike is gone for this evening, so I am both running stream and running the game. So please be patient with me. Be gentle. Be gentle. All right, but let's jump right into it. Yeah, Ian, Jack, and Devin are with me, and we miss Mike, but we'll cover for Dinar. Somebody can practice their gravelly Dinar voice for this evening. Episode 57. So since it's been a while, a little bit of a recap. The crew of the Radiant Dawn has been in Queous for a while, the island of Queous, where Talon has inherited the keep as a member of the Vale family. And exploring the crypts, you ran into none other than Wilhelmina Vale, also known as Min, what she's told you to call her. And had a little bit of discussion about her order, and sort of her goings on, her investigation of void gates, and kind of sharing information back and forth about what you collectively knew about Triskades, the void gates, and all that. You decided to investigate the void gate that is actually on the island of Queous, which Min had a portal to conveniently in her sanctum hidden away in the crypts. As you arrived at the Void Gate, this was one that was not active in the sense of the other one that you'd previously entered. You were able to enter it without, having to go through the arc, the arch, and do anything at all. You could see right through it and enter in, Min with you. But once you were inside, the pools themselves seemed to come alive. The void pools trying to suck you into the void itself, along with other creatures that emerged. These weird alien creatures, almost looking like living mushrooms with long claws. And every time they would scream, a mouth would open on a kind of different part of their body. They seem to be drawn by your very presence there at the gate. Having dispatched them, you notice that the pedestal, the very center of the gate structure, had started to emanate and glow and got brighter and brighter. And that is exactly where we left off, and that is where we will pick up. And so we will jump right into the Void Gate. So, gentlemen, having cleared the grounds for the time being, the light is glowing and seems to be steadily growing, not in heat, not in necessarily even in lumens. It's not necessarily getting much brighter, but the general area of light seems to be growing and starting to sort of fill in the sphere within the inside of this ancient structure. And everything else around you is kind of eerily quiet.
There's no other word for quiet if I'm in the party, and it is, in fact, quiet.
Peacefully, blissfully.
Well, eerily. It's eerie that it's so quiet, and yet here I am. Well, look at that.
Yeah, didn't do that last time.
No. But also we didn't have to deal with those crazy things last time either. We dealt with like those smaller guys with the happy grins
And the mind control.
and
You know,
and
that
the
was,
eye and the big eyes that were like their whole head
yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
that
the
was fun.
arms.
I suppose there's no telling what's on the other end of one of these things.
Probably guys with big eyes and multiple arms and huge grins.
Hmm.
Min
And
seems to
and
be sort of just lost, just studying, kind of looking around, listening to your conversation, just kind of taking it in.
well, if I recall, last time we had to walk into the thing and then it took us to the place. Are we doing that again? Because maybe we should dress up if we're gonna go walk aboard somebody's chest. It's a nice formal outing.
If I may, you mentioned that previously you had fought different creatures here. These the ones that we just encountered, which I must add have not appeared in my previous excursions here.
Yeah, we're just unlucky like that.
Those are not the same as the ones that you encountered at the other gate that you have visited.
I mean, they might be just as ugly, but they're definitely very different in how they are ugly.
Curious. Curious indeed.
I mean, is that going to be indicative of where this one goes versus the other one, or is it just random, or who the heck knows? And we should just storm bravely ahead.
Roll the dice.
Well, I believe that is part of the curiosity of these gates, is whether they all lead to the same place as I'd pondered, or if they lead to different locations. I suppose there is only one way to find out.
Yeah, refresh me, Anti-Min. How many gates have you been through so far?
That'd be 0.
Yes, we're the
Right.
experts here.
Then let
Previously-
the experts handle this.
Previously, as I've explored these ruins here, this structure, it has not activated. Nothing has happened. It has simply lie dormant, seeming to be active now and responding to your presence. I believe
Yes.
it was you fractured individuals. Yes.
Oh, no, it's just our natural charisma. We got that riz.
Charmingness.
Right. Well,
Or just grunts.
lead the way.
Dinar
then.
probably rolls his eyes.
By all means, lead the way then.
After you, Dinar.
Indeed, we follow your lead, Skipper.
Very well. Just keep an eye out, guys.
That's pretty good. We
Oh,
don't need
yeah,
Mike.
Captain.
We don't need Mike. We just got a DM NPC now.
All right, I'll let you guys control the token, though. I won't. I always feel weird when the DM is like controlling the token.
Da 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 da.
Min will move up towards it.
All right.
All right, guys, let's follow Mad Madam Mim.
That's Min, not Min.
Aunt Minnie. Yep. Here we go. Do.
Orc will step over the threshold.
Oh boy.
All right. So do we have is this mostly accurate when there's like runes carved into the steps and things like that?
Yeah. Just give me 1 second here.
Sure.
Once more, once more. Travel this gate once more.
So as you step within the large arcing structure, the runes glowing. You feel a bit of warmth, not like an unpleasant warmth or heat from the light, but there is just sort of a soothing, calming feel that seems to be emanating from it. And the center of this gate seems to be very different than the one you encountered previously. The color, the feel, while the entire structure itself seems to be very similar. There are some subtle differences, and this pedestal, which seems to be, it almost looks like it's like an alabaster, but not quite. Like it's a material that you can't quite put a finger on what it's actually made of. And there's a little bit of a kind of hum in the background too that just seems to be there. The light doesn't seem to change at all, doesn't seem to respond to your presence. There's just it seems to have sort of stopped growing now and is confined by sort of the outer structure. The rings seem to be kind of keeping it within this dome area.
Important question. What key is it humming in?
I was
H.
waiting for it.
Yes.
It's the key. That's the key of H.
Ah, yes, the ever-present key of H.
I wonder what it would be like if you had perfect pitch and you just heard like
It's probably
something
like
beyond your comprehension.
Give me a. I'll see how would Talon figure this out.
Intelligence performance?
Performance, yeah, but intelligence based, yeah, I'd say that makes sense. Calling in your bardic
There's
training.
a skill combination that it doesn't come up too often.
You?
And make it whatever we want.
So that's gonna be let's see, an 8. Yeah, so a +8. Okay.
Intelligence performance. That's like remembering to read the key signature before you starting to play, like that.
That's
that
right,
kind
yeah.
of stuff.
11.
11. Okay. You've got pretty good pitch. You think it's A or perhaps G? Somewhere in the range of
Mm.
either A flat or G, somewhere in that.
Is it a high? You said a hum, right? It's like a low pitched kind of thing.
It's like a low, yeah. So it's like you're probably looking at like an A3. Sorry, middle of the keyboard A, which is below C.
Well, A is the lowest
For
key
you
for
music
H on a
nerds out
piano.
there,
Mhm.
yes, that would be A1. It's not quite an A1.
Yes.
An A220 here. Or...
We all know the best key is C4.
Kaboom! We have explosives. My
See
goblin
for
heritage,
yourself.
you know.
It reminds me, I gotta adjust the G string on my guitar. It's a little tight.
Well, hey.
Ay. Mm.
All right. Anyways,
Well, I've lost the plot.
did we ever have it?
Magic glow hole.
Oh yes, the hole.
It's not a
So is
hole.
there-
It's a pedestal with a orb
Is
kind of on
there,
top
like,
of
an
it
obvious-
going.
So I'm trying to remember the last one eventually turned into a descending staircase into the thing. Was that right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So how do we make it open? I'm gonna go push the thing, I guess.
Open sesame.
Give me either a history check or an arcana check.
Arcana, you say? The one I'm trained in. I'll roll that. Ooh, how's that? 20?
Oh, there we go.
That sounds like that would work pretty well, actually.
That's about as good as I can do.
What immediately stands out to you is that
Okay.
the symbols, the runes, encircling the center of this gate structure are different. You don't remember the exact pattern of the previous one, but you remember enough to realize that these aren't exactly the same. These are different. There's similar symbols there, but the pattern is different. Some of them might look a little bit different, and you gather that even the energy kind of emanating just from this place in general is a little bit different. Almost like each one has its own signature. Like the structure is the same, but there's a different address. There's a different signature, if you will, to each gate. It has its own presence.
Yep. All right, so same alphabet, different words going on here, fellas.
Looking at this globe of light, you can see that it's actually hovering, probably just about like 3 or 4 inches off of the top of this pedestal. And the pedestal itself, the top is actually concave, so it's actually got like a hole, like a groove in there, and it looks like the orb would actually fit perfectly within that, but it's kind of sitting just a little bit out, like it's popped out and hovering above it. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, neat trick. Watch this. And I'll sort of scoop my hand underneath just to demonstrate to everyone. No strings.
Huh.
Well, let's see. I will. I know it's a floaty globe thing. I'll touch the floaty globe thing, see if it moves around.
Okay. When you touch it, the humming kind of seems to resonate and respond to your touch. The orb moves a little bit, and you can tell that it seems to be anchored there, almost kind of like, you know, if you've got like a strong magnet and you move it, and then it kind of comes back. It's got that a little bit, so you push it, and then it kind of resets itself. So it feels like it can move a little bit.
I'll try giving it like a spin counterclockwise to see if I can sort of treat it like a.
It doesn't really move that fast. You try to spin it, and it just kind of like it slowly kind of turns on its axis and doesn't seem to change much at all. The light just kind of stays there. Nothing happens.
Give it a flick with the fingernail to ding, ding, ding.
Boom, boom, boom.
Ringing the doorbell or something? I don't know. Is there any markings on the pedestal at all, or is it?
No, the pedestal seems to be pretty plain. Like it's got some like fluted column carvings and stuff on it, but nothing,
stuff, but
nothing symbolic, nothing that, you know, no inscription or anything like that.
Oh, and I'm trying to remember. Last time we came to one of these, did comprehend languages didn't work? We couldn't read them even though we should have been able to? Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So won't go down that road again. Does the floor look like it is going to open up once we figure out what to do? Like, does it look similar, like it's going to?
Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Ooh.
Because of your
advantage
previous experience, yes. And,
all right.
And your high Arcana roll, so.
And
help you.
Yeah. 17.
Okay. It doesn't look like it operates the same way. This one might do something different. Might activate in a different way. You don't see any clear indication. Doesn't mean there isn't, but you don't see any clear indication of, you know, kind of descending before the stones kind of like moved and like, you know, opened up kind of one by one, got lower and lower. Doesn't seem to be
like scrape marks or anything like that to indicate that the stones are going to move.
None at all. Yeah.
All right.
How's it going there, Flick? Do you see anything?
Well, it's glowing. I don't think the floor is going to open, and nobody can read this crap on the floor. Anyone else got any bright ideas?
Fork will step forward, and he will activate one of his chaos dice
Okay.
if I have any left.
Okay. Just to see what
It's
will be.
a D6, right?
That is correct.
That's gonna be a Uno.
Ones are bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not good.
I mean, something will happen.
Something will happen.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please.
Another one. Oh,
That's
Well.
a 20. So I'm hoping
Biggest-
that turns my luck around a bit.
So Torque steps forward and kind of calls upon his inner chaos. And it's kind of a moment where you see Torque kind of flinch, almost like he's been hit by something. And it's just kind of a soft groan. He's just like, ugh. And he just kind of stands there, stunned.
Well, good
Torque
thing
is
that didn't
stunned.
happen in combat.
Yeah.
Good thing that didn't happen while we were actually fighting something.
His eyes just kind of like stare at the globe in the center and just kind of.
Everything okay up there, little guy? Aye. All right.
that doesn't sound super good.
Nope. Nope, it does not.
Apparently, Zoom thinks that I'm trying to sing because it just gave me a little pop up that says, "Are you playing music?"
That's awesome.
Did you recognize that song? That's hilarious.
It's the Aussie song.
Sharon, where's the dog? It lasts for probably about 10 seconds or so, and then you kind of blink and kind of come to. You don't really remember what just happened though. You remember stepping up to the pedestal, and you're like, "All right, I'm gonna." Wait, what?
Yeah,
Not a
not
frozen chaos.
stunned in like too serious a sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No
Yeah,
reaction.
your intelligence score doesn't drop. No reaction from
I
the
mean-
pedestal.
I've got so precious little of it to begin with.
Does the pedestal itself look like it moves or rotates? Can I try and manipulate it at all?
I'd say based on your investigation, to include in that, it might, but you can't see any physical way to make it move. There's no marks of like the only thing you can tell is that it doesn't. It's not like a solid piece kind of coming up. Like it does seem to be set into the center. So almost like a post would be kind of set in. You can see that there is a little bit of a like a curtain, like a lip on the bottom of it, like a ring that it'd be set into. So it's not all one solid piece, which may indicate that it could move, but you don't see any way to make that happen.
I mean, I can just shout at it until it bursts open and see if that does anything.
I mean, that was my next guess. It seems to be making noise, and you're real good at making noise, Talon. So,
What's the time signature of the throbbing humming?
what's the tempo?
9-8. Let's go with that.
Oh God! Ew. This definitely
No,
is
if-
a chaos.
If
place.
anything, it'd be like probably like a 6-8.
Oh, okay. That's all right. How long are each of the hums? Like, is this like, if I were to listen to it, is it consistent and it's perfectly in time, or is it
I
kind of all over
see.
the place?
Give me a perception check, listening based.
Okie doke.
I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage because you're a trained musician.
Excellent. 20.
20. Okay.
Wow, that could have been a lot better.
Hmm.
Wow.
There is a natural like metronomic like beat, but there's no melody beyond that. Like it's not a tune.
Okay.
It just seems to be more just like almost just like clockwork, like just it just kind of has a steady pace to it, but beyond that there's no.
It's a perfectly consistent rhythm. It's like dead on.
Yes.
Rigid.
There's no.
Okay.
But there's no melody.
Rubato.
There's no musical aspect to it. Yeah, it's
So
just
this is the hum of a machine rather than some sort of performance.
But it wasn't doing this before. It only started after the chaos was enacted by Torque, right?
no.
Like it
It's
was
once you guys entered the
right. Well, it started
close to it. That's when it started humming.
Right, but was it doing the metronome hum or was it just a flat hum when we first entered?
No, it was that steady like in the hum you can just hear that
there's a bit of a beat to it.
More like a sound wave, right? Like it's like that steady like
Was it that it was always doing that and we only noticed when we entered, or it was that
it started once you guys approached.
Okay. It's clearly expecting us to do something. I mean, I could jaunty it out a tune that is consistent with the tempo, but I feel like I'd be happy to do that. But I feel like in terms of accomplishing our goals, I'm not sure the portals are or these devices are dependent upon someone with musical talent. I could be wrong.
Well, it's either that or I'm gonna get boosted up there and start tap dancing on it. So whatever you want, dude.
Why not both? Outside of that, could we maybe just take like a cursory?
I was gonna say, how about we have D walk a perimeter, see if you can find like a lever or a switch that will get this thing shaking.
Well, I was wondering if we were to look at like because to me it would seem like we're in ruins. A lot of it is overgrown. Is there certain sections that maybe aren't as overgrown as the rest of them? Like maybe something that has been worn smooth, like anything kind of along those lines.
It looks like it's supposed to move.
Yeah, like if there's any kind of mechanism or possibly like one of the runes is maybe more worn than the others or
used,
like I'm wondering if we can notice any little imperfections that might get
just the keypad to see which numbers have been pressed. Yeah, that
exactly.
Let's do it. If you want to do a group perception. So if everybody wants to make perception, and then we'll see that way.
Do we just want to have one person do it with advantage, or
no group? I'm saying like if you're all going to do it,
it sounds like a group stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woof.
Well, Flick.
Yep. I got spots because I've been too close to the glow globe, so I'm not seeing much.
I'll get Min on this as well.
Okay, my 30 will hopefully.
Am I still stunned, or should I?
No. That's gone.
Value of my roll decide that.
You're not stunned anymore. I mean, technically, you're not stunned anymore. Whether there's any residual stun, I guess. Min got a 15 to add to it. If somebody wants to roll for Dinar, I think is his character sheet accessible?
I got
Can you guys
18.
get in there?
I cannot. I have access to Torque, but
I think you have to go into like edit and then select.
Yeah, I'm gonna
can be controlled and edited by.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll do that here. All right. He can be edited by all, so you guys now should have access.
Woohoo.
Somebody wants to roll for him.
I still can't see his character sheet. I can only move his token.
Oh
No?
yeah, you have to
Really?
make it visible. You have to make it visible in the journal as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought I did. Okay, give me a second here. Okay,
There we
now
go.
we should be
it is.
there.
There it is.
All right. What were we doing? Perception, was it?
Devin, quick, while you have this opportunity, put some good spells in his on his character sheet.
Perception. Yuck. I rolled
We're
just
just
as well for him
kidding.
as I did for me.
We love Mike. Mike is great.
Legend lore.
+8?
Yep, that's a big old 8.
Yeesh. We're very up and down with this group check, I'll tell you.
Oh,
Okay.
whoops. I rolled investigation by accident.
Oh,
But
What was the die roll?
well, the die roll was a 17.
so just add your
So-
perception to it instead of your.
So that should actually be a 23 then.
Whoosh.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
much better.
that brings it up. Okay, so not bad. So you averaged it out. You guys are probably around 17 or 18 or so. All right. Nothing beyond this central dais platform seems to move or really have any function. Flick, as you kind of go back to the pillar, the pedestal, and investigate it again, the only thing that really stands out to you is just that groove, that cup that seemingly would hold the ball like perfectly. That the concave groove that the orb itself is kind of floating above. And
All right, give me a boost, Torque.
Yeah, Torque will, interlace his fingers and up.
Yep. And I'm gonna perch on top of the ball and see if I can smush it down into the cup.
Okay. With just the right amount of force, your weight moves it just enough as it kind of and then kind of sits and it seems to lock in place inside the pillar. The pillar itself then begins to glow the same light. Two things
That's progress.
happen simultaneously. The first is that the hum stops.
I was getting used to that.
And
It was kind of soothing.
the
It's kind of like tinnitus.
the only way that you can describe sort of what you experience is that the world itself around you seems to shift.
Wow! Jeez.
Huh.
And suddenly it seems as if you are in the darkest night. But the ruins around you, the structure of the gate is just a light. All the runes are just glowing. The gates themselves are glowing. The pedestal is glowing with light that sort of now seeps down into the floor, into the cracks, and starts to spread out. And a different hum takes the place of the other one. This one a little bit lower, deeper, a little bit more chaotic. And there's a shifting of reality around you as things just kind of fuzz, move, twitch. Your kind of sound jumps back and forth. Everything just kind of seems to be disjointed for a moment. And then the lights go out and you find yourselves momentarily in darkness, unable to make sense of anything around you. Kind of as if a concussion bomb or a shock has sounded, and there's that kind of ringing in your ears. You can kind of just hear things, but it's muffled. Your vision kind of blurs, black spots kind of floating across your vision. And as your senses return, you find that you have returned to the chamber of the large brain entity, the creature, whatever it was. But something is wrong. Something is different. Blood soaks the floor. The glow, the eminent glow that was here before has gone. Looking ahead, you see a figure, just make out a figure lying on the ground. There's darkness. Stench of rot and decay fill your nostrils.
Well, I can fix the darkness part, and I'm going to cast light on Paige.
Okay. Min
Much
pulls out
appreciated.
a lantern as well and speaks a luminous keyword, and the magical lantern lights up. Lets out a glow as well. She just kind of seems stunned. Where are we? Where am I?
Yep.
All very good questions.
In light of what's happening right now, Torque is just gonna take a defensive position at the start of the group and just kind of like one arm out, kind of like instructing the others to stand behind him.
What's
now
the radius on page there, or did you already put it on?
No, I can't do light sources. so
Okay, what
20
20
should
feet?
be 20 feet.
Is it 20 and 20, or is it just 20?
Yeah, it's 20 bright, 20 dim. Yeah.
Right. Okay, there you go.
And are these pillars or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Dinar kind of points ahead and says, guys, remember those heralds that were here before? There's one
Yes.
lying on the ground up there. Something else. I think it's eating it.
Well, let's not interrupt someone having a nice snack until we're sure that that's a good idea. I would like to reach into my vest, pull out a feather, and conjure forth Willy Redtail, my familiar, because I feel like
Excellent.
I might need my familiar.
We are in a very unfamiliar situation. So.
Hey!
Oh, guys,
Zing.
we got a bot.
Oh,
Gifted
yeah.
Pregan.
Bleep bloop.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Bang hammer.
Wait, the bot's gonna make me pregnant?
Apparently.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's going to gift you with pregnancy. I don't know.
Bleep bloop. 001100.
I don't want that. I'm not ready to be a mother.
All right. In the quiet, you can now hear skittering sounds. What does kind of seem like almost like a crunching, gross sound of something feeding something odd.
And these structures here, are these giant eyeballs, or what are those?
So there's some sort of like fleshy pillars almost kind of that seem to have been connected to the creature itself, and they're kind of giving off a faint light. When you were here previously before, they were much brighter. They kind of added to the the ambient glow, and they seem to be very faint
Alright.
now, and the flesh on them seems to be very what's the word I'm looking for? Putrid and decaying.
Yummy. All right. I don't think I'm very good at... No, I'm not. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Paige is going to fly up to the edge of one of these and sort of perch on the edge to give us a little more light in the area and see what we can see.
Okay.
To illuminate whatever this critter is.
You see something odd.
Oh.
A multi-armed, sort of semi-reptilian creature with large fanged mouth. Very crude implements, seeming made of bone and shards of stone and stuff like that. One of its eyes, for this one in particular, seems to have been gashed. And you can see that it's got sort of this almost like bluish like blood around its mouth as it lifts its head up from what indeed does appear to be the body of one of the heralds that had been here previously. And as Paige kind of flitters in and looks up and goes,
Easy for him to say.
You see another one kind of responds. It kind of seems to be chewing on what a tentacle of what you can now see is the entity that this chamber was home to appears to be dead. And it lives on.
Well, that's
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the big giant head the thing that sent us home last time?
Yeah. That is
This
correct.
is a problem.
Flick. What's going on? What's do you know what that is?
It's got language, it's using tools, and it's got 4 arms. Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, I got 4 arms too, but you don't see me going around eating bodies.
I mean, I didn't bring a backpack full of food, so give me about 3 days and we'll see.
Through
This is
the
not
light
good.
of
Seems to be
Page,
attempting to communicate with us.
by the
Maybe.
light of Page, and just kind of up there as well, you can just kind of make out around the glow of the brain itself, which seems to be fading in luminance. There are some other strange entities that are kind of more ethereal and just floating. You can't quite make it what they are right now. They're just kind of like, whoop. And you can hear the skittering, clicking sounds of 2 more of these odd creatures.
Yeah, there's lots of critters around. I really wish I could tell him. Oh, hang on. Hold that thought. I just had. Oh. Stop saying gibberish for a second there, Skipper. I'm totally on top of this. Casting time, 1 action. Beautiful. So I'm going to use my once per day awakened spellbook, being an Order of Scribes wizard, and ritual cast, foregoing the 10-minute and just use the regular casting time. You can do that once a day. So I will ritual cast comprehend languages. What the hell is he saying?
Okay. Why isn't this
So comprehend languages says I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I can understand any written language.
The only problem is that you won't be able to talk back to him.
I won't be able to talk back, but at least I'll be able to understand what they're saying, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Okay. So it does seem to be speaking in Abyssal.
Abyssal.
Oh,
Now I'm gonna check.
Interesting.
that's
language
great.
test.
That's a lovely
I mean-
language for anyone to use.
Let's not hold it against him, you know?
It's just how he was raised, man. It's fine.
I'm trying to find. Why isn't this thing? Info isn't showing up for me here. I don't know why. Roll 20 is not working for me here. Come on, roll 20. It seems to be questioning your very existence, your nature. It seems confused. And it's not looking at Paige. It's looking directly towards the group of you, and so you get the feeling that it can see you. The gist of what you get. What? What is it? What? Confusing. You smell like one of the Weave World children, but also of the void. Chaos. What are you?
Park is just gonna surreptitiously just like,
All right, so yes, I'm gonna
I
sort of.
didn't realize that gave off an odor.
I'll just quietly be translating for everyone now. He says we smell like chaos, and did you say Weave World children?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Can you understand what I'm saying there?
I can understand. It's speaking in its own language, but it seems to be able to understand you.
Well, that's awesome. So listen.
Where are you from? Why you come here? You come to steal our food. No, it is ours. We found it. It is ours. You cannot have it. It is ours.
Hey, listen, champ. We were hoping to talk to the big giant head here, but apparently he's no longer in the talking business, huh? How long has it been this way?
Where? Who is here? No one here. Just meat.
You mean the big glowy brain? You don't see that?
The brain. They are dead. All of them. They're gone. We did not kill. We just come. We smell. We come to feast.
How long have you been feasting? Not that time really matters, but
What you want? I mean, we don't trust you. You are not Void. You come to Void, but you're invaders. Why do you smell like you're from here, but you're not? What is it? What are you? I don't like it.
hey, listen, man. The five of us are not a super big threat here. Because you and your buddies look like you understand what you're doing here. So we'll be more than happy to let you finish your lunch. Wouldn't suppose you know if there's any living big giant brain guys around here, maybe somewheres?
No, they are dead.
Why? Why are they all dead?
What matters? Why? The dead.
Simple curiosity, friend.
Are you
You didn't kill him.
No. You think we did? You blaming?
No. But whatever did kill him might be coming back to do more killing. So I'm just, little personal safety advice. That's all.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Persuasion. You know what? I've been sitting on this inspiration since I sang for y'all. I'm going to use that now. Because I really want to persuade these guys. So this will be with advantage. That really helps. Here's an 8.
Eight. We don't trust children of the weave worlds. No, 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 you come to steal. No, you cannot take it. You'll send you back. In pieces.
Flick, is the negotiation going well?
It's about to go sideways, friends.
Oh, of course.
Very well. I was afraid it would come to this.
And I will get you to roll initiative.
Ah, Fleck, what'd you do?
Torg is definitely going to be like posturing himself here. So can I roll with intimidation?
Certainly, yeah.
Uh, 16.
Alrighty.
I'm inclined to do like a perception, as I would have been kind of eyeing Flick and eyeing the creature and kind of waiting and seeing and trying to notice if it's starting to look hostile.
Or maybe insight. As like a
Yeah,
body
insight I
check.
think makes more sense. That's kind of, yeah. Because I can't understand what it's saying to Flick, but I can hear what Flick's saying, and I can kind of tell the conversation's not starting to go in a direction that we want.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
And I honestly should probably just carry that 8 persuasion as mine. That's probably what started this whole thing. What do we think Dinar's going to do? He is trained in Arcana, Athletics, History, and Survival.
Maybe survival because he's trying to survive.
Or like,
I
maybe
imagine he's.
Arcana?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably
Just trying to
probably-
figure out,
probably readying some spells.
or like figure out what is left of the magic of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will roll. Oh, can I roll that for him? Maybe. If I click on him, I will roll Arcana. Like that. There we go. Ha! It works.
What? Interesting. Interesting. Da, 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 da.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, those guys are not into it yet. So we'll do that. And Min. Whoops. Okay, not too bad.
And can you manually add in Flick at 8?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so they are going to get the jump, or a couple of them are, at least.
That's okay. We're super far away. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Mm-hmm.
This guy up here. Da-da-da-da. She's kind of running forward, just kind of lets out this weird screeching scream that seems to kind of echo and bounce off of the walls.
Flick, did you give them a nickname or something?
30, 35, 40.
Working on it.
One of them is going to come towards Paige.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
At least if Paige survives, you can give him a nice shocking reprisal.
Paige will not survive.
Ah. Oh. Oh, they are Jills. Oh boy.
Well, yes and no. They're my version, but yes.
Oh, I also have my versions of Jills.
13.
Even scarier.
Yep, Paige is dead.
Okay, I don't know why it rolled.
Listen, every time Craig
on the
throws
thing.
the standard D&D monster, I get terrified because I'm like, oh god, what's he done to it this time?
What's going on under the hood?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why would I have done anything to it?
If Craig threw orcs at us, I would be the most terrified player. I'd be like, these aren't orcs. They can't be.
Yeah, the orcs in Eudora have actually invented pump shotguns.
All right, Dinar.
What do we think?
Magic missile.
I mean, that's what Dinar would do. What would we do?
Are we just doing dinar by committee now? Everyone gets a vote.
Let's just
We
say
need
if
a
it's
two-thirds majority before we cast
too
any
out of
spell.
character, I will veto and be like, he wouldn't do that. Just for Mike's sake, but
Cast detect magic.
What the hell would happen if he cast banishment on them?
Oh.
Go
I
back.
think that makes sense. We've
Depends
established
on-
that.
on us.
depends
Send
on where
us
they're
home.
from.
We'll get him to cast banishment on all of us, and then
Mhm.
problem.
And then we just skip
solved.
the encounter, yeah.
Let's see. If he upcast banishment to his 6th level spell slot, he could do the 3 of us, and we can go home. I'm thinking Wall of Light is probably what he would bust out, really.
Or do we want to enlarge Torque?
Don't enlarge me until I'm already large.
Well,
'cause-
yeah, I know. Ready to action and large Torque would be the other option, I think.
Oh, he doesn't have any 5th level slots left anyway. So no Wall of Light. Yes, we will ready and enlarge. Sounds good.
Okay.
As a general rule, when playing casters who aren't here, I usually try to keep them to do like party buff spells to kind of enhance the people who are here. That way we're not completely playing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I that feels like a less obtrusive way, for sure.
Plus, he's don't want to use his 6th level slot up on him.
No, that's a nice spell. I want to see him use it.
All right. Min is going to cast Mage Armor on herself.
Oh, maybe you should have done that a little bit ago, Min.
She's remember the part about she's more of a scholar, right?
Yeah, I know.
She
I
made
know.
that clear that she's the investigator scholar. She's not really a fighter, so she's kind of wasn't expecting to suddenly be teleported here just like that. So she's like, oh. And for the moment, she's just going to take cover behind this pillar.
That's not a bad idea.
Torque.
All right. Orc is going to take a couple steps forward. I'm going to rage, and as a result, I will become large. If anyone would like to make me huge, now is the time.
Yep, Dinar's ready to action is triggered, so now.
For my elemental cleaver, let's say that I have it set to acid right now.
Okay.
I'm going to move 15 feet forward as part of my instinctive pounce. What's the range on my... Right. So short range of 20 feet, long range of 60 feet. I'm going to move up another 5 feet. And as I rush forward, I'm going to make a reckless attack against this one closest to closest to me.
Okay.
Does
17.
a 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
Oh boy.
They're
Okay.
Well,
their somewhat reptilian scales seem to be quite thick. So it hits,
Well,
it connects,
good
but it
thing
just bounces off.
Ooh.
good thing I have 2 attacks. So as the hammer returns to me, I'll wind up and go for another go to see if I can crack his shell. That's a nat 20.
Ooh!
Woo,
I got the
woo,
closer.
woo.
Well dang. Yeah.
Narrow down the range on his
I'll
armor
just
class.
turn on my brutal critical real quick. Or hang on a second. My brutal critical is actually incorrect because it still calculates when I use my maul. So I'll just roll another d10 separately.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 8, 21, 26, 30, 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
39 points of bludgeoning damage, plus an additional 7 points of acid damage.
Oh man.
And
yeah, that hurt.
due to my crusher feat, that one, anyone else who wants to attack that one in particular will have advantage until the start of my next turn.
Sounds good to me.
Got to turn their things on here.
Be careful. It takes a few hits to soften these ones up.
Noted.
Sorry.
Actually, it's kind of nice. I get to see them go first. Before me, I might be able to ascertain what their stats are like.
Okay. Oh. 40. A double move. So it's just gonna move.
Aha!
Tayland.
Okay. I like the idea of taking cover behind a pillar.
Or behind a big turtle, perhaps.
I mean, yeah. Pillars are also nice.
Less
We
likely
got
to move.
3 of them. The way they move, do they seem to be moving particularly agile? Do they seem quite
Yes.
acrobatic and good at? Yeah, okay.
Very agile. Yeah. They
But-
along with their feet, they seem to they kind of have a half scamper as well, where they can bound a little bit with their extra arms. So they got 4 arms and 2 legs. But they kind of yeah, they skitter. They've got 40-foot base movement. They seem to be quite quick.
And based on that hit I just saw it take from Torque, would I consider them to be quite hardy?
Yes.
It's just that happened to be a very powerful blow that they just took. Okay.
Torque upped the torque on his
Yes.
attack.
Well, I'm thinking I may try shutting down the group of them, because I don't know what these things can do, and I'm not sure I want to find out.
If you do a spell attack roll, remember that you'll have advantage on this one.
Yeah, but I feel like that's better for Flick, because he'll benefit more from that. I can just shut down. I can try to shut them down and just prevent them from being even being a thing.
This
And
is
we
true.
can get into a better position. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I would like to 30 feet, so that's gonna, yeah, okay. I will grab the squeeze box, kind of jittering around the belt as the floor solid? Is it kind of spongy?
It's solid.
Okay. Is the pillar solid?
Yep.
Okay. Trying not to retch from the smell, I kind of like my throat sort of, I think will catch a bit in my throat as the memory of standing atop this massive creature sort of comes flooding back as I see it around me, and yet I begin to do a quick jig on the squeeze box and cause the air to ripple around the three creatures as a hypnotic pattern begins to flow across them. So unless they are immune to charm, they must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and that's the three sort of centered around the dead herald there.
It's a 30-foot cube, so I would say yeah, it's going to be kind of that general area, putting it sort of in the
Okay. And that was a wisdom save, you said?
wisdom save, yeah.
All right. We'll go right to left. Why is it doing this?
Let's see if they enjoy the feeling of
Turn that
pure
off
drunkenness.
again.
That's a 30-foot. Unless there's another one in the dark that I can't see.
Put them in the brig until they're sober. Put them in the brig until they're sober. Put them in the brig until
Okay,
they're
so 18 on the.
sober. Lie in the
I'm gonna
mud.
re-roll it because it had advantage on, so I
Alrighty,
didn't meant to. So
Double
first
that.
one on the right, that's a 9.
that's a fail.
Second one 13,
That's a fail.
and 3.
That's a fail.
So all 3 of them fail.
So they are charmed, and while charmed, they are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Fancy.
They may be shaken out of that by an action, or if they take damage, it will knock them out of it.
Okay. And you said their speed is 0?
Speed is 0, and they are incapacitated. They are basically just sort of drooling in the hypnotic pattern of my music.
Okay.
They've been thrown in the brig until they're sober,
Okay.
and that is also concentration from me.
Let's throw some stars on their heads here.
Those. So
They
which
may deal with
three-
them at your lever.
are there 3 or 4 of them? I guess
There's 4. There are 4 of them.
Yeah, I can only see 3. I will point out if the fourth was in that space.
Yeah. See, these 2 are too far apart, though. That's the problem.
Not if you put it in between the squares.
Are you like a half square?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sorry, is it a 30? What is it? A 30-foot radius or a
30
30-foot?
foot cube.
Oh, 30-foot cube.
I think it's a cube. 30-foot cube.
Yeah.
This is assuming they see the pattern, which I'm guessing they do, because they apparently can see just fine.
So yeah, where's it gonna hit? Ian's right. It doesn't.
I shall attempt to get as many as I can.
Yeah.
So let's throw it on the 2 over there, and maybe like sort of in the back a little bit in case there's another one.
Yeah. If you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's
So
correct.
you can get
Put it up
these
this
2, but
direction.
not the other one though.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where that other one is back there.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of crap shooting, like, hey.
Okay.
Maybe
So
I'll
you,
get
yeah, you can get the 2 that are near the corpse, but not the
it.
one
I'm
that
fine with that.
Torque had
The one
hit
that's
previously.
the other one is going to die
The other one's
very
super
shortly.
hurt already. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll get those 2. Okay.
Works for me. They are essentially out of the fight.
Okay. Is that a save
And
on
then-
their turn or no?
No, they are out unless someone takes an action to shake them free, or they take damage, or I lose concentration.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
It's a very, very good spell.
Indeed.
Hmm.
All right. And that's it for Talon.
Aye.
All right. Flick.
I guess I'll have my bird follow me behind this pillar.
Bird. I want my bird.
I'll move to there.
That is not my bird.
Question. How many resources do you want to burn on this? All right, I will Misty Step there. And then whip this guy twice.
Whip it good.
These are with advantage because of...
Sure is.
All right. 28, 17. So 1 hit.
28 will definitely hit. Yep.
11 slashing.
Oh, so close.
Yep, needed to hit twice. Didn't.
Yeah. Just hanging on.
I wish that I had the ability to improve a roll, but alas, I do not.
Yep, and we have not short rested, so I do not have my Fury of the Small. So that's it.
Okay. The one who was talking to you is now just kind of like looking at the pretty patterns.
Way
This guy
hey,
around
up she
it.
rises, way hey. I kind of like the idea that they have to just continually sing the chorus.
Mm-hmm. This one, however, is I guess we're back to the top of the round. Okay. That means it is time for these guys to join the fight. Wow, they both rolled really bad.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
A couple more Zills came to visit.
No, they didn't. Something else.
Nope.
Oh, something else entirely.
Oh.
The
That's
other
not
things that are
good.
floating around in the darkness, the big jellyfishes.
Yep.
Dear Lord, what is that?
Okay. So this one that is right beside Flick. It's gonna turn an attack Flick because
What?
Torque did more damage, but
Weird
you're
that I
right
can't-
beside it. So
Weird. It's weird that I can't see them on my map.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
it's just
what?
because of where I am in terms of like the lighting.
It might be,
No, that is weird. Why can't you?
There's one way up here. That's the only one oh, and there's another one right there, like this is the edge of.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay, this map's a lot larger than I thought. That's why.
Yeah,
I didn't even see the glowing brain up ahead.
Yep.
I think the lighting is messed up on here. Let me. I don't know why. These are supposed to be brighter. Still won't definitely show everything, but. Okay, it is like a lot. There are areas of pitch blackness in here because of the absence of light. So, all right, the Zill beside or Jill, whatever you want to call it, Jill.
Jill the Jill.
Yeah. Next to you, Flick is going to make 2 short sword attacks and 2 claw attacks.
Well, okay. Rules on my shield.
It's a 25 to hit.
Yep. that hits. Cannot
that'll-
stop that.
That'll be 7
Ugh.
piercing damage. Next attack, 15 to hit.
Maybe.
Jeez.
No.
Okay.
Boy, howdy, you
then-
need higher armor class.
Claw, 22 to hit.
I mean, usually the shield helps with that.
Maybe. Shield says that will hit regardless. Another 6.
Okay. And it's 4th claw, 24.
All right, I will shield that one.
All right. So it just like starts slashing at you and clawing at you, and you're just like, oh geez, like trying to fight it off with everything you got. And it manages to, you block a couple, but it manages to sneak a few hits in on you. And then it is suddenly going to vanish in front of you.
Oh boy.
Here
That's
it
helpful.
is.
Ugh.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Perfect. All right, second one comes running in. And it's going to do the same thing. Except this one is actually going to bite at you as well. So instead of one of his claws, it's going to bite, but it's going to go sword first. 19.
19 misses.
You still have your shield spell up, yeah.
7 will miss.
Hey.
21.
Ooh.
That misses.
And 24 to hit.
That misses.
Okay.
Oh.
That was a well-spent shield spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have waited. Holy cow, there's a lot more of these things than I thought.
No, that's the other awake one.
Yeah, I know, but
Then
So one of
there's
them
the two-
did shake the hypnotic pattern, and that's the one that disappeared, right?
No, there's only 2 that are hypnotized, and they're both just.
yeah, I got half of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, Dinar's up.
Then there's one with like 3 hit points.
Yeah, my vision. Well, yeah, I kind of figured we could get that one, but unfortunately,
Yep.
does Dinar have any of his chaos dice left?
He does not.
Nah, yeah, he actually, I remember him using
I
them.
was gonna say he'd be able to see the invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have see invisibility? Oh,
Probably
I think
not,
that's
because
concentration, isn't it?
He has missiles of magic.
He does.
I feel like, for lack of anything else, he would probably trying to keep it simple, right? Like,
just firebolt this one. That's going to do more damage than magic missile, assuming he hits.
that is also true. We could do that.
He does not have a button for firebolt. That's silly.
Should have words with him.
Level are we? All right. All right. So he's going to firebolt. No, that's not. Cast it from the spell book, or can I? Nope. All right. I'll just roll a spell attack.
Oh, he hasn't put it as one of his attacks.
No, he apparently never uses firebolt. There's a 20 hit.
No, he rolls physical dice. So
Um,
Oh, that's true.
20 will hit. Which one are you attacking? The one beside Flick, or
the one he can see.
yeah? So
All right, so 9 whole damage.
Okay.
Why is it Fireball asterisk? That's what something about his war magic that can make that sexier. Yeah. All right. Well. Oh, he can power surge that one. That's. Yeah. No. Won't worry about some power surge. That's fine. Does Dinar want to move anywhere? Sure. He'll tuck up behind one of these pillars. All right, he's
We're having a pillar party.
Pillar fight.
You see, me and Dinar are the pillars of this party.
yeah.
That was hilarious.
Pillar of the community.
All right,
Thank you. That was the joke.
Torque.
Come on, Torque.
Wow.
Get in there and deal with the one that's not charmed.
What am I going to do? Yes, I will make sure to attack the one that is not currently incapacitated.
If you
Although
could.
it is tempting, I will say. It's a very tempting target.
You'd have advantage, but like.
I mean, they're all literally just standing there, like singing, being like,
He's
because
doing
they would.
like the shanty in his
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
his native.
I like that Abyssal has words for the chorus line. What's the
I am
Abyssal
gonna
translation for way hey?
Screw you.
I'm going to make 2 reckless attacks against the one that is currently haranguing Flick.
No advantage for incapacitated, by the way.
No, but that's what he's got
Does a
reckless.
21 hit?
Reckless.
Oh,
Yes, 21 does hit.
Okay.
woo!
That is going to be 26.
Holy crap! You rolled a 10 on the D10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you slam into this one. You see,
26 plus and whoops, ignore the D4 added to that, but that is going to be an additional 3 acid damage.
God damn it! Sorry, I just accidentally clicked something. And how's he looking after that?
Yeah, total of
He's
total
looking
of
pretty-
29 damage.
looking pretty hurt. They've like crunched through his natural armor. Ugh.
Fortunately for us, I can attack again. I'm guessing a 28 hits.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Okay, that'll be 23 bludgeoning plus an additional 3 acid damage for a total of 26.
Yeah, he dead.
Hey,
Beautiful.
He kind of like
Well.
collapses to the ground, and you can see parts of his body kind of started to like fade and crumble. Rather than like bleeding out, it just kind of starts to like dry up, become crunchy.
ew.
I wonder if he's going back to where he. Yeah, because if he's from the abyss, that means that he just goes back to the abyss when he's defeated, right? Or
I mean,
I
I
guess-
don't think we're in any position to
yeah, Torque would not be privy
theorycraft
to
about
such
this
things
at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, that will conclude Torque's turn. There's not much else he can do right now.
Okay. Min. She doesn't want to attack the ones that you've charmed. Five. 30. She will make herself invisible.
Ooh.
She's gonna kind of go and find some cover. She was tempted to attack, but she kind of got what you were doing there, Taylor. And she's like, he's got him charmed. Okay. She's too far away from the other ones that are up at the top there, so. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
All right. Charmed. Jill is incapacitated, still singing in Abyssal. So, Talon.
Hey. All right. I'm feeling a little more confident. I shall move up and take cover next to Torque here. There's nothing else to take cover behind up here, though. Eh? It's like all these swirling, glowing things. Are they take coverable?
No, they're not very high.
I didn't think so.
Worry not. I can throw you out of harm's way if need be.
This is true. I would like to ready a cantrip for when an enemy that is not charmed comes into my vision.
Okay.
So I shall pull my pistol and toss a little bit of salt in the air as it congeals into a pellet and prepare a shot.
Okay.
As soon as I see the whites of their non-existent eyes.
Okay.
You ever seen a jellyfish's eyes? They're like dead eyes.
Mhm.
As in they don't exist and they don't work.
All right, so this one. There's a bit of the opposite of a flash of light. It's like a flash of darkness, if that makes sense. It's almost like a flash. It's like a pulse of shadow.
Ooh.
Like the sensation of like your vision blacking out for a moment is what I'm picturing.
Yeah. And it suddenly just appears.
Oh, nurse.
A large floating jellyfish-like creature. Just floating in midair. Just goes...
I can see it.
Yes, you can see it.
Now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bang!
I wish I didn't.
Don't worry, all I got this with my salt shot of victory. 17 to hit.
Yes, 17 will hit it.
Aha! 7 piercing damage. Wow, that was really terrible rolls. 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
It's bad when you roll 3 of the dice and the number you get as a total could have been on 1 die.
Mm.
That does
always
that does
nice to
hurt.
see.
Hurts just a little bit.
Okay.
I got it. I don't think it felt much of that though.
All right. Blick,
Yeah.
you feel an intrusive presence begin to push against your mind.
Oh, awesome.
Give me a intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence
hey.
save.
At least you're not
Hey,
terrible.
you might
at
actually be
those.
pretty good at that, yeah.
Which flick character sheet are you looking at? Intelligence saving throw. Here we go. +2. Hey.
Okay.
I mean, you're better at it than most fighters.
You managed to resist. But you feel a little bit of trepidation as you felt the strength of that probe, that mental probe, and you managed to close your mind off, but it was a very uncomfortable, completely alien mind, like nothing, no sentience that you're familiar with. It's just totally alien, probing, and it just confusing and kind of gives you the heebies. And it's your turn.
Well, that was unpleasant. I mean, I guess I got to go and murder it up now. Yeah, so I'll go here. I will booming blade like so, and miss. I'm assuming a 13 is gonna miss.
No, 13's gonna hit.
Sweet deal.
Oh, nice.
Then it can enjoy 8 slashing and 9 thunder.
And that's is your rip magical? I forget.
Nope.
All right, so the slashing is not going to have as much of an effect as you hope.
So I might hope.
That's
So it's 13 damage.
Oh no, I was hoping it would deal double damage. So if it's not as much, then
bonus action. I'll whip again. Hit again. 8 slashing this time.
So another 4.
And that is the one that tried to get into my brains. I really want to make sure that it tries to move because it's a big old thunder damage stacked up on top of it. So I will back off. So I will provoke the opportunity attack to get away from it.
Okay. I'm gonna do 23. Ignore that 28. Why does it always do that? I wish the default wasn't always roll advantage on those guys.
I rolled a 23.
Yes, 23 to hit.
All right, let's see if that matters. It does not. You've hit.
So that's 13 acid damage.
Jeez. All right, well, I'll continue moving away. Noted for next time.
I think these are the real threats.
Well, hang on. Oh, yeah. As a reaction, I will absorb elements for the first time ever.
Oh, snap.
Hey!
So I'll reduce that by half and
Very nice.
have an extra d6 of acid damage to slap on someone next turn.
Even better.
Okay.
Good
Is
old
that it?
absorb elements.
Is that it for Flick?
Yep.
Okay. And the other one is going to bamf itself down there. Tayland, you feel a probing alien consciousness attempting to penetrate your mind.
I don't even
Intelligence
like being
saving
in
throw,
there.
please.
Oh, yeah, I'm great at those. Oh, boy. 17.
Hey.
All right. Same as Fleck, you managed to hold it off, but the entirely alien nature of the consciousness that briefly touches your own, just chills you and just kind of it's just
Yeah.
maddening chaos and no comprehension, no similarity between, you know, this creature and you and yourself at all. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, that was just a flat roll. That's not nice.
All right, that guy's incapacitated. This guy's going to rematerialize himself behind Flick. All right, multi. Here we go. Claw attack for 20
Hits.
to hit. So they'll do 8 slashing damage. I'm gonna follow it up by a short sword for 14.
Whoops. Oh,
That shouldn't hit.
it might have hit.
Oh, right,
rolled
because yeah, right. And that's another 14
That also misses.
and a bite. 19.
And that also misses.
Okay.
Sucker.
All right. That one is dead, so I can take that out of the equation. That brings us to Dinar.
Firebolt the really hurt one and make it dead. 26 to hit, 10 fire.
Yeah. That'll do it.
He will hokey pokey out to get a clear line of clear shot at it and then back behind the pillar.
Okay, and it starts to wither up and
I imagine
They're
Flick
crusty
using
and
Firebolt in
dusty.
a very like Castlevania way.
oh, if Flick were to do it,
literally
yeah. Yeah, the fire whip. That'd be fun. Torque.
Okay, I don't really want this jellyfish to try and read my mind like it tried with the other two, so I'm gonna hurl Whelming Wrath at it a few times.
Okay.
And I am going to be doing this recklessly.
That'll hit.
20 hits.
20 hits.
So that will be 21 points of bludgeoning damage plus an additional 6 acid damage. Very nice. And this is a magical weapon since this is Whelming Wrath. If it's still floating, I'll go ahead and make my second attack.
So how much total was that? That was
27?
27, yeah.
okay. Yeah, he's still floating. These guys are beefier.
Mm.
All right, for my next trick, I'll do the exact same thing again. 17.
Yep.
There'll be another 24 bludgeoning plus an additional 2 acid damage.
All right. Couple of good solid hits on these.
I think those both shook out to be 26 damage each. So, 52 damage total this round. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
Looking at
Looking at that health bar, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, about 150 hit points each then. So,
Talon, would you like to be slightly repositioned at all?
Uh, maybe more in front of you.
I can. I'll use my mighty impel to pick up Talon and
Wah!
gently place him in the space due north of me.
Okay.
I want to be close enough I can still like do something and then skedaddle.
Yeah, like I'll literally just like pick you up and then just like reposition you to be to my north instead of to my west.
Okay. And is that it for Torque?
I think so. Yeah, I don't have too much incentive to move right now, so
Okay.
I'll just continue to stand my ground, protect the captain, and yeah, just try to hold up, as it were.
All right. Wilhelmina. Well, she's going to attack, so it'll make her visible. This one seems to be more damage. She'll go after the one. So she'll cast Firebolt.
Hey.
That'll hit for 3d10s. Sorry, 4d10. 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. 27 points of fire damage. Okay, and
She did 27 fire damage with her firebolt.
yeah, 4d10.
All right then.
Well, she's
Simple researcher, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you got to get up to those really high level like legend lore spells, you know.
Those really high bookshelves.
Yeah,
Okay, that one is still singing in Abyssal.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what a spell, man. Jeez.
It's a good spell.
All right,
Talon. Mind you, it is gimping my damage because I can't do any of my awesome concentration damage.
Because you have to concentrate on it, yeah.
Yeah. But it's it's effectively killed too. So yes.
Taking pieces off the board, yeah.
Yeah. These I don't like these jellyfish. I don't like them at all.
Why not?
They came after my mind, and that's not cool.
Only you can assault your mind?
Well, I mean I could, but I don't think that would be the best thing to do.
Stop trying to damage my brain. Only alcohol can do that for me.
Exactly.
And regret.
Or
Yes.
maybe this is more of a Craig question. For opportunity attacks, is it leaving 5 feet from you or leaving your reach?
It's leaving reach.
Okay, and Torque, your reach
currently
is...
my reach is currently 10 feet while I'm raging.
Yeah, it's whatever your reach is, or the creature's reach is. That's what.
Okay, so your reach is 10 feet?
Yes. However, if you like push him or do anything that's like forced movement, I can't get an opportunity.
No, I understand that. Well, he's 15 feet away from you. So that's fine. That means that my options have been put down to kind of what I was looking for.
Apologies.
Yeah, they do things via mind, and I'm not okay with that. So I'm gonna go for damage here at this point, even though this is kind of a waste. But I am going to conjure what air exists of this place, and in one foul swoop of my squeeze box puncture all the air directly towards the creature in a wave of pulsing energy.
Hmm.
So I will need it to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys. When the wind blows, we're all together, boys.
That's a 19.
Ugh, well, that's a success. So it is able to resist the blowing winds, but it will still take the damage. Or half the damage. So it's going to take
Oh, why is it on whisper rules? That's weird.
half of 23 force damage.
Half
Blowy winds
of what? Sorry.
half of 23.
11.
Blowy winds westerly, blowy winds blow. Then I'm going to move to the other side of Torque.
All right.
Protect your brains.
These
What-
things are
what-
tough.
Little of them you have left.
What?
What?
Yeah, with all my movement. It takes all my movement to get around you. You're so big.
Oh, I meant brains. I was referring to.
Oh, yes, yes.
Little miscommunication there.
It was either that or I was going to try holding it in place, but I feel like that's pointless. So I was going to try and pull it towards Torque. But that did not work. Oh well, that's it for me, I think.
All right.
Okay.
I rolled pretty good on damage too. That's unfortunate. Actually, I rolled below average, so maybe it's not that good.
All right. Flick, the jelly up here.
Jelly.
1 minute it's there, and then the next minute it's just gonna, and it's just beside you, over here.
Does that constitute moving or is it teleporting?
It is teleporting.
Does
Oh joy.
not trigger the booming blade then, I don't think.
And
if the target willingly moves.
Then no, yeah. That's an interesting loophole that I never thought about before.
Mm-hmm.
it's not a move, not a move action. All right, and the long tendrils that are kind of snaking out below it, two of them in rapid fire just whip out to attack you.
Yep. Oh.
It's 22 to hit.
Yeah, so I still haven't had a turn since I absorbed elements, so that's gonna hit.
Okay. And the second one.
That also hits.
All right. You are, as both of them reach out and hit you, they snag onto you and grapple you.
Uh-oh.
And the rest of you watch in horror as Flick is suddenly just pulled in to the jelly.
That's gonna suck.
I don't think I like
Or
the
it.
implications of that.
So you are currently grappled and you are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
That is the key one.
You're currently
All right.
blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe. You are suffocating.
Screwed is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, that's not good. Guys, it's eating Flick.
And so at the beginning of your turn,
Uh-huh.
You are going to take 11 points of acid damage as it begins to devour you. You can So you cannot get yourself out. Another creature can attempt to use its action to pull you out.
Mm.
All right.
Yes, you take 10 damage, or you take 44 points past 2 minutes turn. Moves with you. Another creature can use its action to pull a target out. So yeah,
Strength check. Yeah.
yeah. So you're dying. You're basically being eaten right now.
All right. So I'm blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
What's your Constitution modifier?
My Constitution modifier is +1.
1. Okay. So you can hold your breath for a minute, but then you are being
so
I'm gonna hold my
so-
breath for
so-
the rest of my life.
So,
That's
so the way it works is that if he had a chance to hold his breath, he can hold it for 1 minute.
right, but
If he
he
did not have
yeah.
a chance to hold his breath, it is 1 round.
Yeah, that's So you're
Well,
okay
we
for this round, but
better
starting next
work
round
on
you will
getting him
begin
out of there, then.
suffocating. Yeah.
Suffocation is very quick and instant, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not a lot you can do about it.
All right.
Nope. This one's not particularly hurt, is it?
No, I think that's the one that came around the side.
All right. So the other one is going to come up behind.
Wait. I still get my turn, don't I?
No.
Why not? I'm only blinded and restrained.
Yeah, is there an escape attempt? Like a
Nope.
check?
He said there's no
Use for a
escape
sec?
attempt.
You
Somebody
can't.
else
Oh,
has to
okay.
pull him
You
out.
can't. You're engulfed, blinded, restrained, unable to breathe. You take acid damage at the beginning of your turn.
So I'm gonna second wind.
Well,
I mean, for
I'll
the
be,
best.
I mean, again, the damage is not really your biggest concern.
True.
Sure. But can I not cast spells?
Listen, I'm all for it, Flick. Rage against the dying of the light.
Well, you can't speak. You can't move your
I'm
hands.
unable to breathe.
And you can't breathe,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, if you can't breathe, you can't speak.
That stinks. Because yeah, the real killer is the blinded because Misty Steps gets me out of that real fast wise.
that's why it adds that.
Although I will say Misty Step is also vocal only, so there's still the vocal aspect. There are a surprisingly few number of spells that don't require vocal components, actually. Most of them do.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's much you can do.
Well, I'll definitely rack up those the second wind, you know.
Okay.
We'll get you out.
There we go.
I have faith.
I've just doubled my hit points, so that's something.
Okay.
All right.
The other one,
Yeah.
Tayland.
Yeah.
You feel that probe again.
Yeah.
On the edges of your mind. Intelligence saving throw, please.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, that's not so good.
Okay, well then.
That's an 11. That's not good at all.
You take 31 points of psychic
Wow!
damage. Psychic
God!
damage.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a nice chunk of my mental sanity right there.
And Talon,
Yeah.
there is a presence in your mind probing every nook and cranny
Ooh.
of your
Every
being.
wrinkle of your brain.
Well,
Just seeking. You feel helpless against it, violating every thought, reading every memory. And in a way, you feel it absorbing your experiences. Not stealing them from you, but absorbing them. It knows you. it probes everything. Nothing is
no.
left. And then you hear it speaking in a voice that sounds very similar to your own now. Who are you? Why have you come here?
My brain's not a nice place to be, and you're not welcome there.
I've been in worse.
No doubt. Is this like at the speed of thought?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm mostly going to be just aggressively trying to shunt it out of my head as much as I can, even though likely that's not going to succeed. And sort of like it's trying to talk to me, and I'm just wailing on it while it holds my head, and I can't do anything.
Mm.
Psionically, just kind of going on in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how time is going to work, but eventually, after the futility of that becomes common, then I think I would start a dialogue. I don't know if you want to.
Okay. Well, we will pause and take a break,
Ah!
and we will return shortly
Oh,
There
roll a
we go.
concentration check.
to pick up that
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
Oh, God, that's not good.
DC 15
No,
concentration.
that could make a problem.
So
Okay.
stay tuned.
Okay.
We will be back shortly, and we'll see what happens next.
BRB.
BRB. we are back. Why is that still playing? There we go. Okay, so we will pick up. As Talon, you have felt this alien presence reading your mind, laying it bare. How would you like to respond?
After realizing that it is not going anywhere, I think I will engage in dialogue of a kind. We are travelers. Who are you to place yourself so deeply embedded within us?
We are curious. We explore. Feed on memory, experience, emotion, all the things that we lack on our own. In many ways, we are similar to the Yanchen that is now dead in this chamber. We have come to feast on its memories, while these lesser entities feast on its flesh. Your experiences are curious. Your world is alien.
Speak for yourself. In our world, it's considered impolite to peruse through the thoughts and memories of someone else.
Or eat them.
I was getting to that.
Would you allow us to continue in our consumption of the memories and experience of the fallen Yanchen here?
We're both visitors to this world, it would seem. I see no reason that either of us should impede the other in their business, so long as it does not cause a problem. As it stands, you're currently eating my friend, and my friend here is about to turn you into jelly. So perhaps a ceasefire would be beneficial to both sides.
I understand your reasoning, as alien as it is to ours.
You also apparently know everything in my head, and so you'll know that I have no interest, none of us have any interest in delaying you in your activities, although I will never forget what you have done here, and I would be very careful how you phrase things, because it'll be very easy for me to justify watching you turn into paste.
You assume that is a possibility.
You've clearly not read enough of my thoughts and memories about Torque.
This current form that this part of me occupies may fall. So be it. What I have experienced through it will live on, will be added to the whole. You cannot kill us. You cannot end us.
But we still stand to rob you of something that you desire. You still wish to feed on these memories, and I presume you need a form here in order to do that, a form which you would prefer us not to end.
Very well. I'll mention that the eeriness of this thing speaking to you in your own voice is not lost on you.
It's not lost on me, but as someone who's repeatedly had voices in my head, I
True.
feel like I'm a little more used to it than
True.
the average person.
It's a bit old hat by now, yeah.
It's a little more comfortable when it's your own voice in your head.
I mean, it's definitely still. Listen, if I started hearing my own voice speaking to my head from another person, yeah, I wouldn't be okay with that. But as it stands,
We will return to consuming the memories of the Yanchen.
and not Flick.
Very well.
Listen, if you want the memories of Flick, he'll be happy to tell you multiple.
We are already absorbing them.
Yeah. You should stop doing that.
Leave us to our consumption. Do what you will with these others. And we will ignore your presence.
And we shall ignore you as well.
I am curious about your world. Perhaps a visit will be due sometime. Time is relevant.
Yes, quite. Do you know what happened here to leave this place in this state?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of figured you might. And that knowledge is going to cost something, isn't it?
What do you propose?
There are 2 others here whose memories you do not have that include this world that we come from. I propose a trade. I'll have to talk to them, of course, but I think that at least one of them will go for it. The third will probably not ever accept this, so I'm not including them.
Curious. In exchange, you wish to know what transpired here.
Memories and knowledge in exchange for memories and knowledge. I'm sure wherever you're from, the idea of trade, bartering, and currency and all that is well and alive.
You assume incorrectly. That is, although I can see that it is something common in your world. We simply take what we need. What interests us, what is curious.
And I believe as it stands, currently you are interested in the memories of this creature we stand upon and of those who have come from this world that we are from. You can have both. Or we can stop that all from happening now and inconvenience you greatly. And there's no reason for that to have to happen.
There's a pause of just silence.
Which must be weird considering this is all at the speed of thought.
And it doesn't answer you yet.
Very well. Time is relative after all.
And all of this seems to have taken place within split seconds.
That's the thing about thought, is it's kind of amorphous and weird. It's not really a strain of conversation.
All right, so the 2 Vil are still incapacitated. And it is Dinar's turn. Dinar, who is oblivious to this conversation that you just had, by the way.
Yeah, he has no idea what's happening with me. I think his current thing is going to be to try to get Flick out.
Yep.
That would make the most sense. Yes.
I would suggest Dinar would probably drop concentration on enlarge and try banishment on this one.
That makes the most sense to me. Either that, or if he could actually get to you, I would say he could try
doesn't have the
door, but
doesn't have the speed to get within 5.
yeah.
the problem, because he's way back here. He needs to be adjacent to me, and then he could dimension door both of us away. Either way, to 4th level slot. Dimension door would be more reliable, but we're looking at either polymorph or banishment as our options, I think. And I feel like Constitution versus Charisma, I don't know which save would be bigger.
Yeah, I actually have no idea. I don't even know if polymorph would work on something like this.
Yeah, all the more reason to try banishment, because we're already somewhere else. We'll just send it away. All right.
I mean, it doesn't matter where it's from, right? It'll
Yeah.
be banished regardless. Yeah.
All right, so banishment is a charisma save for the critter within 60 feet, which it should now be.
Alrighty. And that's the one consuming flick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
fail.
10.
Sayonara, Skipper.
All right.
All right, so Torque is no longer huge. He'd only be his regular large now.
Correct.
And
Oh, wow.
Dinar is now concentrating on a different spell. All right, that worked out pretty well.
All right. And
He's
that's it.
now Grande instead of Venti.
All right. That's it for Dinar.
Yep.
Torque. Oh, Talon. We forgot that concentration.
No, I did it. I got an 18.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you did there. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, no, we're still good. We're good. Somehow.
Cough, splutter, cough, cough. Squish that thing, little guy.
I mean, having no knowledge of the conversation that just took place, Torque is going to.
I mean, you doing that
prepare
is
to
going
swing.
it's going to give emphasis to my point. So,
Possibly.
So
if
you're
we can
not
prove
going
to
to
this
try
thing
to
that
interrupt this attack.
I think I'm a wee bit distracted, not going to lie. I have a whopping headache, blood coming out of all of my head orifices, and I'm locked in a wicked conversation.
Yeah, and realizing that all this just happened, but not having any of the other context, it would make the most sense for Torque to attack the
And
jelly.
again, they haven't actually agreed to anything.
Mhm.
So in my mind, like, we're still
This is negotiation. That's what
this is still self-defense, and he didn't seem to be too caring about whether or not their bodies were destroyed. So frick or whatever. He read my mind and he probed my thoughts. I'm not gonna shed a tear if these things go away.
A pity. Whelming Wrath it is. Just gonna move over here to provide some shelter for you and for Dinar, and then gonna make 2 reckless maul attacks with Whelming Wrath.
Maul.
Although I guess it's not technically a maul in like the mechanical sense. Does the 19 hit?
Yes.
So that's 13 bludgeoning plus an additional 2 acid.
All right. That's 15 damage. Bam.
I'll make a second attack. Does the 13 hit?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, their
Okay.
AC has not been super great.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought somebody hit with an 18 before. 22 bludgeoning plus an additional 6 acid damage.
Nice.
As a bonus action, I am going to use my Mighty Impel again to just put Talon directly behind me.
Wow! And then I
Okay.
will think, see, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. as I witness this all occur.
As
Okay.
Torque just bellows in this jellyfish's non-existent face.
All right. And that's it for Torque.
Yes.
Okay. Min is going to firebolt, but she will use a sorcery point to turn it to. No. She'll try lightning, I guess. Just for kicks. That's an
Couldn't hurt.
18. So that is. Ooh. It's 10, 7, 17. 18, 19, 20. 26 points of lightning damage.
It's not bad.
She's gonna kind of hide behind this thingy over there. Oh, this one's dead. So then, yeah. That Jill is still incapacitated.
Yes.
Thayland.
Right. No response yet.
Nope.
Well, do I know which of the two is the one that was talking to me?
Yeah. The one that's.
The one that I can't see now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why can't we see that?
I don't have dark vision, so
Yeah, but oh yeah.
I also do not have dark vision.
That's light should be on there. Well, I'll do it this way.
Yeah, like I can't even see Tayland anymore.
oh, there we go.
Probably.
Oh. Is it? Can we tell that their bodies are starting to fail?
You can definitely tell that it's definitely taken some hits and it's disheveled looking. There's like burn marks on it and it's kind of
Assuming, do I feel
mangled
its
up.
its alienness in my mind still? Like, does
Oh,
it
yeah.
feel like it's? Oh, it's still there. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's unmistakably still there. And uncomfortable.
Answer now, and we will hold ourselves accountable. And I'm going to ready a spell. I'm also going to throw my hands up as sort of like a gesture, like hold on, like hold off for Flick to see. And I will ready a spell so that if it answers no, or if it gives me any indication that it is just going to continue what it's been doing, I will attack it with the spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to burn the spell slot on regardless on this, I understand.
You get the sense that it's not amused. It doesn't have that same sense of amusement, but there's, for lack of a better term, and in a way you understand it, there's a bit of amusement from it in how this whole thing's playing out.
Intrigue.
And you can feel that its sense of like your presumptuousness to assume that you have anything to bargain when it can just take it, and the immaterialness of it, like it could just come back anytime it wants, and so it's just kind of like, I don't really care. It doesn't seem ready to give you anything.
Okay. Well, if it's just perfectly fine to let an easy acquisition pass. Curse upon you, sorrow, forth again fast. Please make a wisdom save. Days are been numbered, each hour your lost.
Well, that's 12.
Wow. I was not expecting that. It's going to be
That's-
15 psychic damage, and it has to move away from me, triggering
rolled-
opportunity attack.
I
from
rolled a
Torque.
6, so
I like that you finished it off with psychic damage as well.
Well, that was intentional, yes.
Really pulling the Uno reverse card.
May the land see your sky turn to swallow you whole, and forever forget what you stole.
Your powers are useless against me, you silly Billy.
so
if it survives the psychic damage, Torque will attack it.
it takes no psychic damage,
I kind of figured.
but it does get pushed away.
Yes, so Torque.
All right, attack of opportunity.
I was
Let's
like
go.
50-50 on whether or not the psychic was going to work, but I had the Torque as a backup. Please hit.
Hard not to for him.
There. Okay, that's good.
23.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Or sorry, 26.
Either way.
So that is a 24 bludgeoning plus 5 acid.
Yeah. there you
I imagine
go.
it's just like in an overhead swing. I just bring it down, and there's like a splat, and then sort of just like a low sizzle as the acidic seawater just eats away at what's left of it.
It's more like a popping of a balloon, almost like it's a burst, and it just kind of like, and then it's just gone.
Wasn't as satisfying knowing that it's perfectly fine. Well job, Torque.
What do you mean perfectly fine? I clearly destroyed it.
Yes, well, I'll tell you after. We got another one.
I see.
All right, Flick.
Kill him, Flick. Or it.
Well, I popped my feet.
Just ready yourself, and then we can zap it back here, and then.
Well, which ones we want to take care of first? We gotta.
Whoops.
So what I figure is those guys are. If we let the banishment ride out, those guys will wear off first because it lasts for a minute. But if we just have Dinar cancel the banishment when we've all prepared actions, we can probably take that thing down fairly quickly. Do we want to do that to these guys first? Maybe.
Well, the question is the banishment going to take permanently after a minute? Is it from somewhere else?
That's a good point. We don't know that. Yeah. Okay, let's go after these guys then.
Yeah. All right. So I'll get up, and
I would. Do we want to just? You have your turn. We'll go through the turns, or do we want to surround them and then? I guess it doesn't matter.
I'll get up. I'll move and dash to get into position to start laying waste to the incapacitated ones.
If you want, because they're fully incapacitated, you could call like effectively a coup de grace. Like it's not mechanically, but if you roll this around, it's just like, kind of thing.
Just to save us some time here, we'll assume that we surround them all and crunch them in sequence, and then ride out the remaining time on the banishment to see whether the other jelly comes back.
Okay, I think that's fair. With all of you wailing at these things, you took down 2 of them fairly handedly.
Man,
so.
that really came in clutch. This fight could have been another hour if not for Hypnotic Pattern.
That's a good spell.
Oh, it is fantastic.
There were options, but yeah. Okay. The minute ends, and it does not return.
Nar confidently claims that definitely wasn't from around here then.
Not from
No.
around
I'm
these
still a little
parts.
hazy on what around here entails.
They were creatures from another world or dimension or something. Memory eaters, I think. They were here to consume the memories of that big old brain over there. And Flick as well.
I mean, there's some juicy tidbits in here that be hard pressed to find anywhere else. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow I
Yeah.
find myself nostalgic for the time when our largest concern was, well, a large bird.
We had problems way before that.
Fleck, on the ground near you,
Yeah.
you see the partially eaten body of one of the heralds who had sort of welcomed you at this point previously on the gate outside and ushered you in. And you can see in one of its hands it seems to be clutching what appears to be some sort of necklace of some sort. And in its other hand, sort of curled up against its body with like a death grip on it, there's this strange rectangular solid object. And it was like holding on to those, almost it seems for dear life kind of thing.
Well, those look important. I'll sort of wrench the necklace free and hey D, you got ready to identify some crap here?
Well, if it's crap, I don't need to identify it, but
Yeah, heads up. I'll chuck the necklace at him.
That's our classic Captain Dinar humor.
or you could have just
Yet
put it
again.
on the ground, do the same. But all right. He
Oh,
will.
Ponce, you're such a regular character.
He will. He will cast. He'll do his 10-minute ritual. Identify on.
I like that. I like that my Venture Brothers reference did not land, but the Clone High reference did.
Yes.
That's your audience there for you there, buddy.
Oh, points. I'm gonna race him. I will identify the cube while he's identifying the necklace. Aha!
Okay.
So we swapped spell books at some point, and I have identify as a ritual as well.
All right. So. The. Why is it doing this again? I don't know why. Roll 20. Come on. It's not letting my pop out. Like when I click on the thing, the boxes aren't coming up.
Oh,
The controls
yeah.
aren't coming up for me.
I know I didn't have these problems in Foundry last week. Just
Why? Yeah. Like, why is it? Come on.
roll 20. Come on, step up your game, guys.
Okay. What's going on here? It's not letting me do this. I'll do it this way. There we go.
There, I see something. I see
So the talisman, it's the Yunchen, and the tablet.
Oh, they go together.
They go together. So the amulet is of 3 connected circles, the largest in the center marked with the symbol unknown origin. The amulet's material matches the gold-like material that seems to be etched on the tablet itself. The tablet's a solid brick of unknown material. It's unbreakable, yet it's light, surprisingly light, and the entire thing is covered in strange symbols and patterns, all inlaid in a gold luminous substance.
Strange.
Identifying them indicates that the two of them are used together. The tablet is essentially a gate key for the void gates, allowing the destination of the gates to be changed. And in order to use it, one must be wearing the amulet. The amulet feeds off of chaotic energy, and when using it, the user rolls a d20 on a 1, wild magic occurs. So these seem to be the key as to operating the void gates in a way beyond just coming here.
When you say the tablet connects to the talisman, do you mean like it literally connects?
No.
Okay.
Like
So you
socking
have
it.
to put on the talisman, and putting on the talisman allows you to actually manipulate the tablet and use it to. It would beyond that basic understanding of it. You don't know exactly how it functions, like the actual mechanics of it, but that is its purpose.
Well, now that's something.
All right, who wants to be the taxi driver?
Perhaps as captain, Dinar should be the one to chart a course for us.
I mean, that was kind of my
That-
go-to as well.
And that way, if it goes horribly wrong, we can blame him.
would have blamed him anyway.
I mean, still, this is easier.
Mike's in chat, by the way. You just let you know he just entered the chat.
He's not surprised.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I say we give Mike the strange mechanical silicone doohickey.
I mean, looking at his gear list, he doesn't have any other attunement items anyways, so he's got lots of, I guess cloak protection might be.
I don't think. Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's only one thing, though.
Yep. According to the entry on his sheet, it does, but I think that's the only thing he's got that would require attunement, so I think he's okay.
Min
Works
kind of
for
walks
me.
over just while this is happening, and she just kind of seems still just taking everything around her. And you this that was alive. This, you spoke to it before. It was alive
Well, we
last time
spoke
you
to
came here.
someone who looks a lot like this. I assume it was this guy. I don't know if we actually know if it's the same guy or if it's a very similar looking thing.
Yeah, there was sort of an implication that there was more than one big giant head.
Yeah.
Curious. So is this the same one that was killed by something, or
Yeah, I
curious?
Yeah, you know as
The
much as we do.
surroundings do seem familiar, apart from all the blood.
I'm not sure I want to know what could kill something like this.
We already know, and it's parked in the middle of the Sea of Souls. So that's why we're here, isn't it? To unpark it from there and put it back here where it belongs.
It does seem like the most likely culprit.
I mean, not to point fingers or nothing, but Fiscus does seem like the kind of thing that would be up to this kind of shenanigans, right?
I mean, it would be. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Definitely within his oeuvre.
It's one of those, oh, you don't say kind of things, right?
Hmm. Oh, really? You murdered a big giant head.
So
I am starting to wonder about our place in this whole cosmic war we seem to be finding ourselves caught in the middle of.
I'll be
Well-
happy to be coming out the other side of this cosmic war. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Either we win and save not just our world, but perhaps countless others, or we die, and in doing so, we do not go quietly into that good night. Either way,
Oh, I think there are other
I am
options. It's just
happy to
like
try.
I was
living and
gonna say.
dying. Those are two choices for sure. The eternal suffering is another one that I'm not looking for.
There are
And
things
again, I'll
worse than death, you know.
uh-huh, like being hitman for the god of death. Just just spitballing kind of ideas here. Just
I mean, that's barely been an inconvenience at this
Or
point.
perhaps being stuck here. I'm assuming we can use
and
that to
Dee's
get
got the widget
home.
figured out already.
Yeah,
Right.
we got Captain. Captain can take care of this for us now. He's super handy with them magical doohickeys.
Very well. Dinar, would you take us back, please? I don't like this place. It's grotesque.
Yeah, I would rather not be reminded that this thing exists.
I'd like to say that it was less unpleasant before, but only slightly.
And hey, now with the magic box, we can come and go as we please, right? So sure, let's go home.
I still have a wicked headache.
Dinar,
Just taking a short rest at some point, but
so we'll say Dinar activates the cube in very, very rudimentary form, sort of the tablet, very rudimentary activation. And the ground beneath where the herald is laying seems to respond and alight. And moving its body aside, you can see that there is, covered in blood, there is a sigil. This seems to be a gateway or connected to the gate of sorts. It just kind of just glows. And Dinar, pretty sure it'll take you back
I mean,
where you came here from.
I definitely want to stop looking at this thing. So anywhere is better than here.
agreed. Let's roll.
All right.
Once more into the breach, dear friends.
So as you step onto this crest, there's the familiar sort of warping sensation. You feel that disorientation of kind of, dizziness and muted sound. And after a moment, your senses return to you. And you are standing in the center of a void gate. But not the one you left.
Well, ain't that just typical?
That is where we will end tonight's session.
I have a feeling we're going to be gate hopping.
Road trip.
Short rest.
I'm sure a short rest is in our near future.
At the very least. The gateway that you've arrived at is dark and the grove seems to be
Oh yeah.
surrounded by dead trees covered in spider webs. There's a weird, acrid stench to the air. These runes have a more sinister glow to them. This is not the Queous Gate. That's all you know.
Cheery.
This is well, more of a lateral move than an improvement.
It looks like our crew is going to be taking an extended vacation on the island.
All right, so we will pick it up there next time. Hopefully, we will have our full crew all together.
Yeah.
But thank you
Hopefully.
very much for watching, whether it's live or VOD, however you are enjoying our content. We appreciate it. Do check out our link tree, Elderbrain at Linktree. You can find links to all of our socials there. You can catch our VODs on YouTube. You can listen to our podcasts. And hopefully we will see you live next time, next Monday. Until then, have a good night all. Happy gaming.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And